This is my favourite style and my favourite version of making stir-fried hokkien noodles.
Oh, nice one, brother.
Nice one, brother.
Nice one, brother.
I said, nice, bruv.
Of which there has to be thousands of ways to prepare this dish. Usually you'll find ingredients like carrot, cabbage, onion, bok choy, bean sprouts, but today I'm going to show you the bare bones version, something that you can just whip up really quickly, and it's got all the flavors that you want and just minimal prep work, and just something that when you can't be bothered cooking, you can still whip up a really nice dinner.
Hey, don't keep me waiting much longer. I'm getting impatient up here.
People will argue that you can't have this dish without having onion and garlic in it, which is, a very good case. But I find if you don't eat this straight away and you reheat it the next day, something happens with the onion and the garlic and the textures are off. And for me, I just don't really like it. So I replace that with onion powder and garlic powder. And I find it just makes a nice, simple dish, like less complicated, less things. But like, by all means, if you'd rather have onion and garlic in this, like, go right ahead. Yeah, all good. This is your cook, Start by cutting your chicken breast into whatever size you want. I'll usually do either strips or thin square pieces. Once you've done that, put it in a bowl ready to marinate. Now, I'll do a pretty standard Asian marinade of soy sauce, Chinese cooking wine, and mirin. If you don't have these, just use soy sauce. And, even if you don't want to do that, like just salt and pepper, you can get away with that. But there's a reason why those three sauces are always used in most Chinese or Japanese marinades. Soy sauce for the salt, Chinese cooking wine for the acidity, and mirin for the sweetness. If you don't have Shaoxing wine or mirin, but don't tell me you don't have soy sauce in your cupboard. Like, that is just the bare staple of any Asian dish. And if you don't have these sauces and you really want to expand into different Asian cuisines, I highly recommend that every sauce that you see in the description, because I'll put all the amounts in the description, go and spend $20 on like all these sauces and they'll sit in your cupboard forever, like forever. You'll expand your cooking way more by getting these sauces. And if you're serious about cooking, man, look at this.
Oh, would you look at this?
I don't know if you can see that.
Would you look at this?
I'll show you.
Say, would you look at this?
Spices and sauces are really shelf stable. They'll last in your pantry forever. Yes, they will go bad after a while, and the spices, the flavors can get muted after a bit. But just load it up. Load it up and it lasts forever. And then when you try a recipe, say it might be Indian, and you're like, oh man, I wish I had some cinnamon sticks, or, there's some aniseed, crushed coriander seeds. Man, even just like mixed dry herbs, all these sauces. Check out these sauces. Man, I've got everything in there because it just lasts forever. Anyway, enough rambling. Back to the video. Put your marinated chicken aside next to the stove while you prep the rest of the ingredients. You only need to marinate this for 30 minutes. In the smallest bowl you have, or if you don't have these little bad boys, just use a mug or a glass. It doesn't really matter, but I love these little ramekin things. Add in your soy sauce, dark soy sauce, oyster sauce, sweet chili sauce, onion and garlic powder, and a pinch of sugar and a splash of vinegar. Any will do. Once again, this is a basic starting point. This will be delicious by itself, but once you've made this once or twice, start experimenting with some other flavors that you like, or even flavors that you've never used. I'll also add a pinch of MSG, and if you got it, I suggest to do it, and some sort of chili paste. I have this chili and black bean paste that I really like, but you can also add sauces and preserves like gochujang, chili and garlic paste, chili oil, man, the list goes on. Now, grab your noodles. I get the freshest noodles I can get my hands on. Now, this is a bit of a sticking point, right? So you've got these two choices. This is like Asian grocer stuff you'll get in every Asian grocer around the world. Basically, if it's got Asian writing on it, it's usually a winner. And these are pretty much good to go straight out of the bag. the chew, the texture, like it's compared to this, like, man, I mean, get this if you have to. And I mean, I recipe tested this last break when I was home and I used this and I was like, like, should I be making this video? This turned out trash. Like, and it's this. This is what you're supposed to be using. That's why they sell them at Asian grocers. Like this, man, like at Woolies or, you know, whatever grocery you go to. Like I said, in a pinch, and if you've got no other choice, use it. Nowadays, to sound like an absolute snob, I won't make this dish unless I got this. I won't make it with this anymore because it's just, where's Nat's what I reckon with a big baseball bat? Just a fucking booze. Use this. You won't regret it. Anyway, moving on. If you manage to get your hands on that good, fresh hokkien noodles, good stuff. All you got to do is dip your hand in that greasy ass bag and get the amount out and just softly and gently sort of spread them apart and just put them in a bowl ready to go next to your fry pan. The mise en place, you know, all that sort of stuff. Now, traditionally, you would be using a wok for this. You know, there's a million people that'll just be rolling their eyes right now, showing you that I'm going to cook this in like a non-stick fry pan. But, you know, I'm not always a stickler for the rules. And plus, I'm trying to show everyone how to do this. Not everyone has a wok, and you don't need a wok to do this, all right? Pissed off the Italians before, now I've pissed the Asians off, mate. It's all good. I don't care. Like, woks can be hard. Like, there's a lot of technique that you've got to learn, you know, about getting it to the right temperature before you start cooking. You know, trying to get that wok hay.
Fuyo, he's tossing so good.
And all that sort of fun stuff. And yeah, like if you got the time and the patience and the desire to learn that stuff, like, yeah, good on you. Like, fucking, yeah. But also, people just want to like come home after dinner, cut up some chicken, marinate it, get some noodles ready, boom, cook it all together, bang, and eat something really nice. Then go fold their laundry. Then go unload the dishwasher. You know, then go mow the lawns. Like, yeah, you get it. Get around it. If you got a wok, use that. With a little bit of oil, brown your chicken over a medium heat. Make sure the pan is hot before you do this, or you won't get any browning. And we both know how important that Maillard effect is. And if you don't know, Google Maillard effect. It'll change your life. Once you've got both sides browned, without drying the breast out too much, remove it into a bowl or a plate, put it next to your fry pan, and then dump in your noodles. You want these noodles to fry over the medium heat for a good 3 minutes. I'm not sure the exact reaction that it creates, but I've done this without it and it's not as good. There's a couple of videos I've watched and they tell you to do this. I'm guessing it's just you're toughening up the noodles and I don't know. Just do it. It'll start crackling and popping and you'll get a good feeling after you've done this a few times of what you're looking for. And when you're ready, after 3 or so minutes, add in your sauce. With the higher heat of the pan, the sugars in the sauce are going to start caramelizing and thickening up really quickly. So start to stir and mix these noodles regularly to incorporate the sauce. And once you've done that, add in the cooked chicken and its juices while you're doing it. It'll only take a minute or so and it should all be ready to go. It will come together really quickly. Taste a noodle for seasoning and adjust if needed. Plate up while it's hot. Do something fancy and sprinkle some sesame seeds on for garnish and serve it up. Yes, it's a stripped down, basic version, but it's a really good base to begin with. It's something to start experimenting with once you're confident with cooking it. And it's a recipe that is really worth having up your sleeve to knock out in a pinch. Super easy to make, reheats the next day really well, salty and sweet, noodles, and meat. You can't go wrong. Have a play with these ingredients and let me know how it goes. Enjoy.